Bobby Broyles here with head coach of the Towson Tigers, Reid Geckeler. Coach, let's begin with your daughter, Mackenzie. We often see her at games. How important is it to have her at the games?
I mean, Mackenzie and my husband are my biggest supporters. And I like to call them my happy place also. They kind of help me balance this thing out. I mean, I'm so competitive all the time and, I always want to win and I always want to be the best at what we do. And she just kind of comes back and wants a hug and kiss from mommy sometimes. So it's definitely great to have that support.
She a coach in training?
She is. She's somewhat bossy. My husband says she gets it honestly. It comes from her mother. But yeah, she's definitely going to be that point guard. And by the way, I am praying for recessive genes. I'm 5'3", but I hope she's going to be that 6'1" point guard.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, your husband was a college football player.
He was.
So how much does he help with knowing the demands of coaching and college, student athlete demands and stuff like that?
Again, I like to say I have the perfect husband. I mean, he's there with Mackenzie all the time, doing the things that I can't do sometimes. On Saturdays, maybe taking her to karate or taking her to cheerleading practice. Yeah, she's a cheerleader. She likes that aspect of it also. But he's my biggest supporter and definitely as competitive as I am.
What's the biggest thing you've learned so far as a coach?
Biggest thing I've learned as a coach is, that other side of me, which is being that mother and that maternal instinct. I think from time to time my players need that. I'm very hard on them, very demanding, and from time to time they need that arm wrapped around them. So I think the biggest thing I've learned is just, nurturing the personal side and taking care of my players like I would my own.
What about some of your influences or mentors, maybe outside of, parents and figures like that?
I mean, there are two people that I tend to call on quite a bit, and Terry Williams-Flanoy is down at Auburn right now. She and I played high school basketball together. We coached together at Georgetown, and from time to time I just like to pick up the phone and call her. Another one would be Quentin Hillsman up at Syracuse University, who's a great mentor as well. Yeah. And it's just good to have someone who kind of sits in the same seat and going through the same things you're going through to talk to.
Now, last question for you. The days off are really rare for a coach, in season, even off season. So what does Reid Geckeler do on a typical day off?
Wow, on a typical day off, it's normally just being mommy.
Yeah.
Yesterday was kind of one of those typical days off, and went to the mall and did a little bit of shopping for the little one. Maybe caught a movie, with my husband and spent some time with him. But that's pretty much it. It's really not much time for Niki by herself, but it's more or less family.
Coach Reid Geckeler, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.